Now at 6, 2 deadly shootings, one in North Portland, the other in Northeast. They happened within 30 minutes of each other late last night. We're going to have the latest on both coming up.
And Canada and Mexico now have 25% tariffs on imports into the U.S. This as President Donald Trump prepares to speak to Congress. Plus.
Is that you jumping on the back?
That is correct.
Yeah, you may remember this video, a tow truck driver hanging on for his life after someone stole his truck. The man who stole that truck now faces nearly a decade behind bars. The 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Tuesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. We're going to get to all those stories plus more. But first, a quick look at our weather and traffic this morning with Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis.
Thank you. Good morning to you. We have rain in some spots, still dry in Portland. You can see in green on the radar, the rain starting to sweep and push north up toward the Rose City. We probably have at least another 60 minutes of dry weather before this moves into Portland. And in fact, it's been hanging out just outside of Salem for an hour with very little movement. You folks still being reported as dry, but we do have light rain now being reported in Tillamook, Newport, down to Corvallis. Clouds over the city, but all is still. 45 is the temperature. This will be arriving rain into the heart of the commute hours. I think the 7 o'clock hour, 8, 9, 10 into 11 this morning. So rain is coming for your AM. 45 right now. That rain will then be breaking in to scattered showers around noon, 48, and then some breaks and scattered showers around, but not a bad afternoon, 53, the expected high. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. The drive getting a little bit busier, but so far our freeway commute looks good. This is over near Sunnyside. There's northbound 205 at Sunnyside Road. Traffic rolling along just fine there. We'll take you up to Clark County. Whoops, lost that camera. I apologize. Door number 3 takes us out to the Banfield. That too looks good. So our freeway drive is in pretty good shape this morning, but we do have one significant traffic alert here in Northeast Portland. MLK right now closed north of Columbia Boulevard because of an ongoing police investigation. Ashley Grams has more on this right now. Ashley, what do you see out there at MLK in Columbia?
Right, the stretch of MLK has been closed for several hours. Just to my right here is Northeast Columbia Boulevard, as well as that McDonald's. The Portland Police Bureau's mobile command unit also on scene here just behind us. It looks like just down from this McDonald's are where investigators seem to be gathering. Portland police say they responded to this area just after 11 last night and found a man who had been shot. That man was taken to the hospital and police say he died. No arrests have been made, and the identity of the man who was killed has not been released. At this point, it's unclear how long the road is going to be closed here from Northeast Columbia down to McClelland while officers investigate what happened last night. Of course, if you know anything, you're asked to contact Portland Police. Guys.
All right, Ashley Graham's live for us this morning there in Northeast Portland. And we're also following another deadly shooting, this one in North Portland at North Williams and Ivy Street. Police say when they got there around 11:30 last night, they found one man who was already dead. They have not made any arrests yet, and it's still not clear who the victim is or their age. We did speak to a nearby neighbor.
Can't imagine what kind of a place somebody's head is in when human life is that cheap.
That scene, by the way, is clear now, and the road is back open.
You can follow any updates on both of these shootings on air and online at KGW.com.
In other local news this morning, the search continues for a missing boy who disappeared over the weekend while playing in his front yard near the Oregon coast.
Crews are working through the night in the air, on the ground, and in the water to find 2-year-old Dane Paulson. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says crews have covered more than 300 miles so far. If you take a look at this map right here, you can see Dane's family lives off Highway 229 north of Siletz and less than 100 feet from the Siletz River. Right now, crews are coordinating their response at a boat launch just across the Siletz River, but multiple agencies, including the FBI, are part of the search now. They're using divers, canine units, and drones with thermal imaging equipment, plus hundreds of volunteers from across the Northwest.
Washington, Idaho. I've talked to people from Boise. We heard about it. We're on our way over. Castle Rock. I can't remember the name of the town up in Puget Sound. Port Orford.
Dane was last seen wearing a gray fuzzy hoodie with ears, black pants, and blue and white shoes. He has brown hair and green eyes. If you have any information on this case, you're asked to contact the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. They've set up a tip line. The number is there on your screen. It is 541-265-0669.
We also have an update to a story we brought you yesterday. The Multnomah County Medical Examiner says the man who was found dead in the Troutdale Home Depot parking lot last weekend died of natural causes. 61-year-old David Strickler was found on top of shopping carts at around 5 o'clock Saturday morning. Investigators say people around him placed him on a sheet of plywood on top of 2 shopping carts, waiting for medical care to arrive, but he died before help got there. We learned that Strickler was homeless at the time of his death.
Fire investigators are trying to find out how this travel trailer caught on fire in Vancouver yesterday. Fire crews got to the scene around 2 p.m. The fire didn't spread to houses nearby, but one person was badly burned and taken to the hospital. No firefighters were injured.
The man who stole a tow truck and drove it on I-84 through Portland with the tow truck's driver hanging onto the back, you can see that right there, has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. So this happened 2 summers ago in July of 2023. In January of this year, a jury found 38-year-old Eric Streitzel guilty of several charges, including several counts of assault, unlawful use of a vehicle, and theft. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek announced a new bill aimed at creating more housing. This bill focuses on building more middle housing, like duplexes and triplexes, not single-family homes, and it also looks to reduce barriers for both buyers and builders.
So this bill is about choice. It's about affordability. When we can build more kinds of homes, people have more options.
So supporters say the bill cuts red tape and fixes a problem that slows the process of getting multifamily homes built. But some Republicans say it doesn't go far enough and should also cover single-family housing. So Republicans opted to introduce their own set of housing bills.
In Hillsborough, construction has started on what will be the first permanent homeless shelter there. It's a joint effort between the city and Washington County. The facility will have shelter beds, pods, meals, laundry, and housing resources. The shelter will be on the west end of town near 17th and TV Highway. The same area previously hosted a temporary safe rest pod village. Officials plan to open it late this year or early next year.
All right. We have some Fat Tuesday news to share with you. Mardi Gras update. It's not good, China.
Oh.
Not good. Yeah, things are not shaping out the way they had planned there in New Orleans. Officials in New Orleans have rescheduled some of their biggest Mardi Gras celebrations because of the threat of strong winds and tornadoes today. So according to our sister station in New Orleans, the Zulu and Rex parades, which were supposed to start at 4:30 and 7 o'clock this morning, our time, they will not have the marching crews, the bands, or truck floats because of all that weather. So here's a live look this morning. It doesn't look too bad, although you can see that that man's blue shirt is kind of blowing at his waistline.
Does he have flip-flops on? Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a guy in shorts. Maybe it's not that cold there this morning. But again, it's the threat of winds, really, that's throwing those parades for a loop. With that in mind, we bring in Rod Hill. I would expect, Rod, as you look at our local forecast, you're also keeping a close eye on what's happening down there in New Orleans.
I would say close, but I'm eyeing things. I will tell you this. When you get up north into places like Kansas City, there are blizzard warnings out. There's cold air coming down out of the Rockies, and that pressure gradient, the cold air ramming into, as you notice, still warm in New Orleans, is what's going to be causing that high wind threat through that area during the day today. So our weather, we're dealing with this elongated band of what's mostly showing up right now is light rain. You see it's cloudy but dry up to Seattle, cloudy until you get out across the far eastern part of Oregon. Then you folks in Baker City and Burns have partly cloudy conditions. The rain is moving northward along the coast in the last couple of hours. Now it's light rain most areas. But boy, it's taken its time to just move into Salem and McMinnville. State Capitol still looks like it's absolutely dry. 44 is the temperature in Salem. We're dry with mostly cloudy skies. There are some breaks in the cloud cover over downtown. We're at 45 degrees, and it looks like we're absolutely dry going into the 7 o'clock hour. I've got to think we're going to be seeing some rain by 8 this morning, but the movement has been really slow, as I just mentioned. Here are the numbers out the door. So right now it's comfortable. We're in the 40s. We don't have much wind. It's cloudy. It's dry. We do have rain down in Corvallis and Albany and Dallas. You're likely reporting a little bit of light rain at this hour. Here's the Futurecast moving. Here is 8 o'clock. This shows rain finally in Salem and starting to move up into the Portland area, and then pretty much steady rain 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock right here. And then by the time we get to noon, we get on the back edge of all of that. And then the afternoon is scattered showers, and you see here at 4 p.m. we'll be in the 50s in the Gorge, the coast, the valley, and also hitting 50 out in Pendleton and out into Madras. So this is morning rain picking up, afternoon scattered showers, Lots of dry time tomorrow with a spotty shower threat developing. No rain chances Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think Sunday has a good chance of being dry for a nice upcoming weekend as well. And that is your forecast.